Welcome to my Halo 5 preview. So the preview limitations are that I can only talk to you about the first 3 missions of Halo 5. I'm also allowed to talk to you about mission 8, however I've not made it there, so naturally I will be talking about it. Okay, here's the thing is, there's not a lot of story to go off based off of the first 3 missions. You're kind of left in a like what the fuck is going on state. So for that reason I will not talk about the story much, if at all. This will be spoiler free, so you don't have to get out the pitchforks and the torches, for I will not ruin anything for you. So some of you know that I've had Halo 5 for a few days now, and the #1 question I'm getting is, how does Halo 5 play? Okay, run is the same as in Halo 4. You can actually aim. That's weird. Nade. Melee. Shoot. Okay, that's no longer crouch. That is dash. Fair enough. Jump. Reload. Switch weapons. I'm assuming crouch is going to be one of the thumbsticks. Alright! Let's do this! And how I've been explaining it to people is, you know how like the jump from Halo 2 to Halo 3 was pretty like significant, and Halo 3 just felt so much more polished as a shooter and as a Halo game, and then from Halo 3 to Halo 4 it was another like leap of like, ooh, this is super polished, this is awesome. And now from Halo 4 to Halo 5 it's kind of the same thing. It's not on such a great magnitude, let's say from like Halo 2 to Halo 3, and you know Halo 3 to Halo 4 was kind of a big leap in terms of like you got the sprint button and it just felt more polished as a whole. So with Halo 5 the biggest and most significant changes are the dash button. So, you know, you can just like run up and just dash around if you feel like that, if that's your favorite mode of transportation. Great! So there's the dash. Also when you're in the air you can use it to kind of like get a little extra, a few feet extra to like your destination. You can also zoom now and look down your sights. That is the left trigger, so generally what the grenade button was. Grenade is now LB, it feels fine, it works naturally, it's great. And the D-pad. The D-pad has some cool features now. You can command your squad mates to command vehicles, banshees, etc. You can pinpoint them. You can be like, okay, you go over here. And that's like an example of that was when I was in a Warthog and I had my partner Vale driving the Warthog, and she kind of was acting kind of silly. So I had to like, it was kind of like an RTS game. I kept like having to like increase like the distance of my like pointer like by a few feet every time, so she knew kind of like what general direction to go in. And you can also pinpoint enemies.
Blue team, priority target.
So there was an instance when I was in a big room and there was a hunter and I was getting picked off by a bunch of like grunts and whatnot, so I just had like my teammates like go after the grunts while I focus on the hunter. It works really well. Some people are worried that that function feels a little tacked on. I can say from my personal experience I loved using it. It makes me feel more it's more realistic, I guess. I get more immersed in it because it's just like by the click of a button I'm telling my squad mates like, okay, beat the fuck out of this guy and beat the shit out of this guy, and it works really well. So in short, I think if you like the way Halo 4 played, you will like the way Halo 5 plays. It plays essentially the same, but now there are just some additional features. Like I said, the dash button, you can aim down your sights. Grenade is now a different button, and you can use the D-pad. Also, something I want to touch base on really quick is I've noticed that the gameplay areas are much more vertical. So, you know, as other Halo games, how the majority of them, especially in the earlier ones, where you would just like walk in, there'd be a big room, a bunch of different doors, and people, or enemies, Covenant, Flood, whatever, would just kind of like flood out of said doors, and it was a pretty like flat game space. In Halo 5 so far I've noticed a lot of verticality, where you know you have guys up here, you have them down here, you have them over here, and you're getting fire from all like directions. Like there's someone up the stairs, there's someone on the platform, and so in that way it keeps things very diverse, and you'll vary between narrow corridors and wide open areas and vertical places and flat places. So that's awesome. As far as your AI goes, I've had some good experiences and I've had some like AI experiences. Example, early on in the game I was going after, there was just a whole metric fuck ton of Covenant, and I'm like trying to pick them off one by one, and I'm like, well, at least I have my party members to have my bag, and I turned around and they're staring at a wall, and I was like, god damn it, AI. Boom. So satisfying. Oh god, oh god, that was not very cool. You are now. Oh, I'm out of ammo? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Oh, that was terrible. That was awful. Let's try that again. That's a little better. Okay. So let's not hit. Oh my god! Oh shit, fuck. Hey, bros. Okay, really? You're just standing here? Come on. Like, I could use some help. But there were other instances, like, where they would come in handy and they would pick off someone that I was trying to pick off. Oh no. Thanks, Buck. Hey. AI ain't pointless after all. So, it's kind of your typical, you know, AI thing. I had one of my AI companions drive me around in a Warthog. Like I said earlier, she kind of got stuck, was kind of going in circles a little bit, but then other times she did really good. So it's, you know, with having only played the first 3 missions, it's kind of hard to say. That said, I will say so far as characters, they're starting to grow on me. I'm trying to, like, you know, figure out like who's who and what their quirks are. So that's a positive. And while I'm not going to talk specifics of the story, I do want to say that I feel like if you haven't played any of the other Halo games, that you're going to be what the fucking all over the place. The first 3 chapters, or missions, I should say, are set up in such a way that, you know, it is purposefully leaving the gamer, like, asking questions, like, why is this happening? What's going on here? What did I miss here? And I'm pretty sure there was, like, a book or something that happened between Halo 4 and Halo 5 that explains all of that. But even as someone who just played Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 as recently as, you know, like 2 days before I started playing Halo 5, there were a few moments where I had to, like, read and like reread the cutscene dialogue, because I'm like, what did that mean? What is that? What did she say? Like Covenant or Flood or Prometheus? What? So and I mean they do kind of explain things in like one sentence. So they'll say something and then like maybe like 15 minutes later they'll clarify what they said earlier, but with a little more context, and now you kind of understand. So maybe if you haven't played any of the other Halo games, you might be able to understand something, because they kind of do explain things in like sentences, like one sentences. But if you're like me, and if you know what depends the most about the whole game is the story, you might be pulling your hair out because you probably won't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how you would remedy that. I mean, granted, like I said, I've only played the first 3 missions and they are set up in such a way that you're supposed to be guessing. So I don't know if down the road it'll become more clear and I can say like, hey, if you haven't played the Halo games, you're fine. They'll explain everything. Woohoo, life is good. So I don't know for sure, but I would just be a little weary, and I would see if you can play the other Halo games beforehand, like you should. They're great. Master Chief Collection is awesome, and they're short games. I mean, I was able to play all 4 within a matter of like 2.5 days, and that was with like breaks in between. Okay, got it? Good. With all that said, I don't think there's much more I can really say at this point. I mean, the game plays great, new additions are great, I personally enjoy them. I mean, the game is freaking beautiful in my opinion. Some people are complaining that it doesn't look good because of textures, but people will complain about anything given the chance. AI, you know, as characters, so far they're growing on me. As computer bots, they're okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a preview. I am very limited on what I can say, so I'm not going to say much more than that. But I can say so far it's shaping up to look pretty fucking amazing. So yay, Halo 5. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll respond to them, and I'll answer them as appropriately and efficiently and as good as I can. If you want to watch yours truly play the first 3 missions of Halo 5, I did upload a video called Britt Plays Halo 5 First 3 Missions. Kind of a fun time. I kind of squeal and spaz and tweak my way through it, but I succeeded. So that's available for you to watch. Embargo is up Monday, so you should be looking for my review score then.